Merry Christmas and welcome to Steve's Kitchen. Hopefully this is going to pop. Oh, sorry about that. Hi everyone, a huge welcome to Steve's Kitchen. It's a Christmas special today. Over here in this bowl I've got a collection of everybody who entered the Kitchenaid. All your names are in here. I think there's about, actually cover that with some security. Tea towel over there, so none of the boys that are coming into the show can tamper with them. Are any of your names in there, by the way? No, none of them are in there, so there's no bias here at all. Everybody's names. It worked out about close to 500 people entered. Now, I know that means...
Wow.
Yeah, Larry is on the show today, by the way. Larry Fournillier.
Fournillier, you got it, you got it, you got it, Steve.
Larry from Trinidad and Tobago. Larry is a fantastic foodie from Google+, and it's a pleasure and honor to have him on the show today.
It's my pleasure and my honor to be invited on your wonderful program.
Thank you, Larry. I've watched Larry for many, many moons, and he puts up some wonderful food shows, and I'm going to leave a link at the end in the details and descriptions to get across to Larry's. I'll pop that on my website, steveskitchen.com as well.
Thank you, sir.
And James is here. James from FunFoods. He's working on his sound at the moment. We're having little teething problems, but we'll get there. A couple of other guests may pop in during the show. Today we are going to be making mince pies, and I've got some helpers. Come over here, guys. Come on, you might. I've got some guys from friends of ours from Melbourne. Here they are. You can introduce yourselves and say hi to your families. If you want. Patrick,
Nathan, Christian, Bradley, and I'm Ashley.
The one at the end is my son. I've got another son over there who's camera shy, and he's not come on. So that we look like a performing. Now, come on, I just start doing the coupling act. I'm going to probably take these two boys in my traditional jackets. They're going to help me make mince pies today. So we've got no girls. It's a little bit. I've got my wife here, Michelle. She'll pop round and say hello a little bit later on in the show. But we're a little bit male-centric today, even in the chat room there. Comments are starting to come through. We've got 10 viewers in, Larry, so that's nice.
Yeah, some folks are coming in. Dave LaFrance, he says, "Hey Steve, Merry Christmas."
Hey Dave, good to see you.
Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Merry Christmas Eve. Yes, it is our Christmas Eve. I'm here with a likely crew today, Dave. Hope the FBI are not watching. I think I've got some rather suspect-looking characters. Stephanie, hi from Canada. Welcome to the show, Stephanie. It's great to have you here again. And we've got Al-Hanof Mohammed 22. Now, I know he has been trying to come to the show for a little while, so welcome to the show. And Beast of Troll is there as well, one of the regulars on the show. Great to have you here. And I do get the Hitchhiker's reference at last. For those of you who don't know, Beast of Troll is from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Nice.
Okay, so if some of you would make actually, if you guys, minions will make an exit. I'm going to get you two boys to stay in. Now, I've made a Christmas ham, Larry. Do you make Christmas hams?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's pretty close to what you do in Australia, because like Trinidad and Tobago, you know, we're part of the British Commonwealth, so the food kind of is the same, but we do have a Caribbean flavor and Caribbean twist to some of the dishes. But we do have ham, we have turkey, we have pork, we have fish as the protein that's part of the Christmas lunch.
Do you spice up the hams at all? Do you add that?
Yeah, we do. I personally have a nice little blend that I like to use on my ham. It's a little bit of cumin, some sugar, mustard, and a little bit of freshly squeezed orange juice.
Okay, I didn't use orange juice, but I've used one of my rubs on this. There's a spicy rub. It's got a little bit of a kick to it. So I've taken the ham and roasted it slowly. And I've peppered it with some cloves as well. There's some little cloves in the ham just to really that edge. But I've done this one today just for the boys here. They're going to have slices if we've got some bread. So
I wish I had some right now. You're making me hungry there, Steve.
I am so hungry. I've got my beautiful French carving. This knife here, Larry, came when we had our little hobby farm in France. And it came with one of those big hands. Yeah. So I don't know if you boys want to see some of that. Want to have a little tuck in? Anne, I see you're in. Easy Gluten Free. Anne, are you going to pop on the show, Anne, and just put your headset out? I sent the invitation to you. I'd love to see you on the show, even if it's just for 10 minutes to say hello. It'd be great. But I understand that if you're very busy. Billy, the chick, looking forward to the cooking. You made the Nutella bread. Yes, that's a really popular recipe on my channel, Larry. James, did you get your sound going yet? I wonder if James will be able to say hello. James, try it without the headset connected and maybe just try your internal mic. There are comments coming through thick and fast, and I will address all of them slowly as I can. But what I want to do is get started on making a pastry. And I'm not going to be doing the cooking today, I'm just going to be instructing. I think I'm going to take Pat, start him off. We are going to make some mince pies. For those of you that just come in, we're going to make these sweet short crust pastry. Now, you saw me make the mincemeat earlier, and I've started tucking into that one already. This is the luxury mincemeat. It's got all the luxury fruits in and the brandy. We're going to be making a pastry that's really soft and crumbly, so it should be nice and loose like that. And I'll explain to the boys what we're up to. So, Patrick, 250 grams. That is, I don't think I've got my ounces clear in my head. 8 ounces, 250 grams of the flour.
Yeah, that'll work.
250 grams, and pop the sugar in. We're only going to put 50 grams of sugar, which is just under 2 ounces. I'm going to do this in grams this time, but I will put the ingredients up on my website so you can check the ounce conversions. We need the butter, 125 grams, so it's half the butter in weight to the flour. So if you pop that in there, Patrick, I hope your hands are clean.
Absolutely.
Will you clean them?
Yeah, yeah.
Good, eh? So,
Not anymore.
are your hands clean, Nathan? You've got to give them a clean. Have you done them? Good. All right. You go first. You're going to pop that in. What I want you to do is get your hands in there and just rub the butter into the flour. It's important, this is just all-purpose flour, it's important that we don't build up too much gluten. A lot of people make this in machines. I'm not keen because it's so easy to do by hand, and there's a chance if you machine mix it, you're going to build up gluten and get tough short crust pastry. So get your hands in there.
Get right in there.
Right in there, and just pull the flour, just pull it into the thing, just rub it on the palms of your fingers. These are novice cooks. These boys are completely
Steve, I am impressed. I am impressed with your instructions. You are giving them very good, detailed instructions. So there's no way for them to mess up.
I am. I think he thinks he's doing a Thai massage. Underneath.
Under?
Yeah, your hands are covered. Just rub it gently on the tips of your fingers. It doesn't have to be up here. You can have like a sandy, come here. But as you rub through, just push it across until the butter and. Now, the other thing a lot of people do, excuse me while I wash my hands, is they use cold butter. It's been one of these things I hear all the time, short crust, cold butter. If you use cold butter, you've actually then got to warm it up with your hands before it'll mix with the flour. So realistically, it's actually better to use warm butter. I think cold butter came about because people were making it with machines, and if you whiz it food processor, the butter has less chance of starting to create gluten. But when you're doing it by hand, room temperature butter, just massage it together. If you use butter from the fridge, it won't mix very easily. So how are you doing there? That's not bad. Looking pretty good. Can you see?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Look crumbly and loose like this, almost like a breadcrumb. Now, that would make a very nice shortbread cookie, but it doesn't make a great pie crust. So we're going to add a couple of egg yolks into it just to give it some structure. So 2 egg yolks are going in there now, and tips of your fingers, Pat. Tips. You don't want to have egg yolk right up on your ankles. Okay, get some of that off. Get a little rub together. All right. Start by using the palette knife and just cut the egg through. Okay?
Oh.
So that egg yolk is going to give us a little bit of structure, so it doesn't completely crumble. Otherwise, we'll find it a little bit tough to roll out and shape. Beautiful. Now you end up with a texture that's a little bit like sand, a little bit lumpy. We've got 27 viewers in at the moment. Welcome to Steve's Kitchen. I will be reading your comments later on. We have Larry Fournillier from Trinidad and Tobago.
Hi, folks.
The guy is an absolute legend. If you haven't seen him on Google+, you must get across. If you're a YouTuber, by the way, and I know a lot of the YouTubers watch this, you really should reach out and say hello to Larry as well and start following him. We've got James from, used to be I Heart to Travel, wasn't it, James? But it's actually FunFoods. Now, James having a problem with his sound. So he's here in spirit, and if we can get the sound working, we will do. But for the time being, James is going to do sign language for us. He's going to be like...
Yeah.
Can you do it? Oh, I shouldn't do that, because I do actually have 1 or 2 deaf people that watch the show, and it would have been nice if James... Do you do sign language, James? There, he does! Wonderful! So we've got the egg in there now. We need to just bring this together, the structure. I'm going to get a little bit of ice cold water from the fridge. Excuse me a second. And we're just going to add a tablespoon or 2. Just keep using the spatula, yeah. We're just going to put the cold water in. The cold water, again, is to keep the butter from getting too soft. I'll put 2.5 tablespoons. What starts to happen, as Pat's gracefully cutting that through, starts to clump together. So we start to get some structure. The next thing we need to do is get Pat out of the way and bring Nathan over here, because I'm not getting my hands dirty. Turn that towards the camera a little bit, just on the ground, and just start to scoop your hand around and draw it into a dough. Short crust pastry, not too much handling. We don't want it to be tough. So he's just going to draw this up now until it becomes a usable dough.
I like it. I'm really liking this, Stephen.
Thank you, mate. I wish I could share one with you, because this mincemeat I made the other day. I think the ingredients that I put into it, Larry, was something like about $50 worth of ingredients.
You're kidding! Wow.
And it is a luxury mincemeat. I mean, there was we've got all the expensive ingredients. You can just go to the bathroom and see yourself. Well, there's a little sink just now.
Oh, I also have to comment on your background music. I like the Christmas theme thingy going on. I love it.
Here, we've got some Christmas music courtesy of YouTube. How are we doing there, mate? Just start to pinch it together to get a ball. That's it. Squeeze it tight. For me, you want it to actually start to bind into one big clump now. When this is clumped together, we are going to chill it a little bit in the fridge. If you chill it too much, you're actually going to have to warm it up again before you can roll it. So, yeah, that's great. So what we have now is a pastry that we can work with. Now, this actually feels fine. I could work with this as it is, but you might want to just chill that down in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes. And in good Blue Peter fashion, I have one here that we chilled a little earlier on. Mm-hmm. I'm going to move my mixing bowl out of the way. Do you make mince pies, Larry? Have you ever made mince pies before?
I personally have never made mince pies. Mince pies are mostly made by some of the expats from England who live here.
Right.
But it's not part of the local cuisine. We have something called beef patties, which is similar to that, which is from Jamaica, and we are starting to do a lot of beef patties, pies with a spicy meat.
That's interesting because Larry's fascinated, like I am, in food history and food from around the world, right, Larry?
Correct. Yes.
Now, mince, I always get a little bit into trouble because here in Australia they call these, what do they call them, boys? Fruit pies. Fruit mince pies, yeah. Fruit mince pies. These boys are much more Aussie than I am. I get my accent is the way it's been. So fruit mince pies, and we call them mince meat. We call this mince meat, and people always say to me, "Why is it called mince meat?" Because historically, a bit like what you're saying there, Larry, this used to be made out of beef and beef fat. They would take meat and they would spice it and sweeten it. So it was originally. I still put suet in here, which is a form of rendered fat. Mm-hmm. So it gives a slightly savoury edge to it.
Nice,
and if you can get hold of suet, it really is I know a lot of people around the world can't get hold of suet, so it can be a little tricky. Okay, Nath, let's get you over here, buddy. Give you some space. I need you to roll that out to about 4 millimeters.
Okay. You got a ruler?
Laser. Yeah. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll cut that in half first, and we'll do half. So make it a little more manageable.
Yeah.
I just see Fit Ange is commented there. Fit Ange is a local from Melbourne. Beautiful to have you in, Angie. Welcome to the show. Now, I know a lot of you have come specifically to see, give it a little turn every now and again. So, and if you need to dust it over the top, there's some in there if you want to just stop it from sticking. So, have you ever made mince pies before?
No, I never made mince pies before.
So this is all new for the boys. Watergirl 69, love the coats. This is my original coat here that I used to wear, and then I had some more made, and now if I ever see a crazy fabric, I'm on it. And
I love what you have on tonight.
This one is my Art Attack coat. I got this one originally for doing some crazy biscuits that I've done and some of the rainbow recipes that I've done. I tend to wear this one. How are we doing there, buddy? That is looking good. Now it's just starting to stick underneath, so you can just lift that up and we'll just add a little more flour down there because we don't want it to stick. That's still a little bit thick, mate. We can take that a little bit thinner. The beauty with this pastry, by the way, and I'm probably not looking at the camera all the time because I'm a little bit different setup now. The beauty of this pastry is it's got a lot of butter in it, so it doesn't stick. You can pop this generally in your muffin tins. It isn't going to stick at all. They'll pop out of there beautifully. Now, to bake these, if anyone's going to bake these, and I don't think you'll be, but maybe that some of the people are watching the show later, we want a nice low oven, 150 degrees Celsius. Now, what is that?
That's about maybe 350 Fahrenheit, something.
Is it? 300.
Yeah, 300.
That's looking beautiful. So, a nice low oven. We don't want it particularly high. It can be a little bit higher than that. Depends on whether you've got a forced fan oven. My oven's a little bit fierce, so I tend to tweak it down. And we will cook these for about 20 minutes. But for the moment, we've got ourselves a pie dish. What do you call these, Larry? Muffin tray?
We call it a tray. Yeah, muffin tray.
A muffin tray? I'm going to, because Larry has been a great sport coming on at very short notice, and poor Larry's going to get all the questions from me. And
That's quite all right.
Okay. I want you to cut a nice.
I'm having a good time.
Good. Now, you're a university student, so you should be able to correlate these really nice. I want as many circles as you can get out of that. So Nathan's going to cut us some circles, and I think if he does well, he'll get about 20 circles out of that. You think, Nathan?
Nah, maybe.
20? Should do. I mean, I'd certainly get 20 at least out of that piece of pastry. So if you do less than that, Nathan, you'll have to sit in the naughty chair. I'm going to put my wife, Michelle, she's got a green hat on, she'll come around in a moment. Let's pop that oven on, because it won't take long to get these cooking. I've just got to actually make sure I'm getting the temperature right. Where is that? 10? 4. 4. Nate's done 4. Well done, Nate. Now just pop them. You can pop them on top of the pies, the openings like that, because they're going to sink down slowly in there. The pastry should be malleable and reasonably warm, so we don't need to worry. When we pop them on here, you'll see they'll start to almost sink into the cases. We'll do as many as we can. Go on. I'm ragging him really. He's probably going to get.
Can I re-roll?
Yeah, you can re-roll. You can. See? Good lad. Doesn't need to be asked. Shall I re-roll?
I am looking and learning.
Nathan and I have got a similar fascination in meat production. Nate's actually made his own bacon. He and I were having a bacon off earlier in the year. I was making bacon. He was making bacon. Something I love to make.
Bacon.
We used to have a little farm. I used to keep pigs, and I used to make all sorts of things with the pigs. You know, we have to use the whole thing from blood sausages, and we make our own bacon. So Nathan is a bit of a foodie, aspiring foodie.
Nice.
And he's a good friend of my son's from university. They're all sort of university.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
How you doing there? Do you reckon, huh? Is he doing all right?
He's doing okay.
Do you want to cut the next true?
You can hear the show.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, you cut the. I'm just going to cut the next ones because Nathan only got 6 done out of there. Which is a little bit.
I'll get 6 out of that.
At this point, you get 6. On you go. Go away. Anybody?
Looks good there, young Padawan.
They can take these pies home with them and impress their mothers and girlfriends with them.
Yeah.
Does anybody, where's my Christmas coat? Anne's asking where is my Christmas coat. My Christmas coat has had such a hammering over the last few weeks. I think it needs to go to the dry cleaners, Anne. It's, yeah, at the dry cleaners. So let's get a quick look. Kieran Gerard from Devon in England. Kieran, welcome to the show. You might have tried my Devonshire cream, potted cream at any time. Hope you have. If you haven't, get across the channel, check it out. Hello from Tuesday on the other side of the world. Merry Christmas, Zach Sutton. Good to have you here, Zach. It's always good to have you here, buddy. Yes, Tuesday. We are Wednesday, Christmas Eve. I know it seems a little bit odd. We're not time travelers. We literally are a day ahead of you. So it's midday here now, getting up to midday in Australia. How you doing? Another two. Another 2. Beautiful. And we've got this extra bit of dough over here. We're going to cut some stars and pop them on the top in a moment. So when you've done that, mate, you can roll that one out to the same sort of consistency.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. I'm just going through some of the comments. Joseph is in the house. Welcome, Joseph. Great to have you in. I'm so glad you could make it. We've got 34 viewers live in at the moment. Craving for baking. Now, I recognise a lot of your names. You're in the raffle as well, and I do appreciate that that people will be watching this for the raffle. I'm going to do it towards the end. Go on.
Steve, there are some people commenting on the Google Plus event page.
Right.
So I will. I'll probably read out some of them.
If you see anything that springs to mind there, please do, Larry. Just call it out.
Okay, sure.
I've got a lot of comments there. I think we're probably it's rolling away a little bit. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Craven
Go on.
Craven for Baking has said, "I love the get-up, Steve. You all look very professional. The mince pies look like they're going to be great."
We've put an effort in, you know. A chef's jacket does make a chef, and these guys are testament to that.
Bit rough.
When you get little bits of dough stuck on your rolling pin, we tend to take them off because now we're rolling out a cobbled street, but that's all good. Pat, if you can get 2 more circles out of there, make that be
just so
wonderful. Yeah, just keep them close because we're going to cut some stars with the green cutter, and we're going to get some minced meat in there. Hey, do you want to open up the minced meat?
Mince meat.
And get me a teaspoon? Oh, I've got a teaspoon. BC Canada. Min Hei Han. Isn't difficult, Larry, saying names sometimes. Min Hei Han. Welcome from BC Canada. Craving pie right now. Great to have you on the show. Lorena from Croatia. Wonderful people from all around the world. I love Croatia, by the way. We've been down to Dubrovnik and driven down the coast. It's a beautiful part of the world. So welcome to the show. Got quite a few viewers.
You have some folks from the States.
Pardon me?
You have some folks from the States. Jasmine Alexandra. Hello, everybody. Greetings from Spain.
From Spain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome.
Holiday greetings from Japan, from Farsia Lycia.
Welcome. I do have a few Japanese viewers. Anna, who won the competition for baking the mushy pea cake. We had a lovely young girl, Larry. I don't know if you saw it, but we had a lovely young girl from Japan. I had a competition to bake a creative cake from a basic recipe. James from FunFoods did a fantastic cake for me. Anna from Japan said to me, she sent me a recipe with mushy peas. She made it with mushy peas in the cake, and I was just, yeah, I thought it was such a great idea. There's a pea that they quite often use for sweet desserts. Let me just get these boys organised. I'm going to move Pat's stuck this one to the table.
Didn't want to get in the way.
Let's just put. Has the music stopped? Ash, would you check that music for me? What we need to do now is just push these pie casings down a little bit, just ease them into the shapes, so we can start to, and then I'll get Nathan to put a teaspoon, a nice big heat teaspoon of filling into each one. Now, what was I saying? Anna, yeah, so Anna made this, there's a Japanese tea that they often use in desserts. You know it, in Asia, Larry, they use a lot of beans and peas and things in.
Yes.
Yeah, which is, and I was just inspired. I thought, well, what a great idea. So I decided I would make Anna's mushy pea cakes, and she won. She may be in today. She often pops into the live shows. Right.
So she won a competition. Lovely.
She won a competition a month or so back that I did, and yes, she did. I've been running a couple of competitions. I must admit, I do enjoy it. By the way, anyone who's entered this competition, go on, maybe you can carry on.
Spoon each?
Using that the first one first.
1 spoon each?
Each spoonful. Get it nice. How much would you like to see in there? That's what you need. That doesn't mean.
The whole thing?
So yes, anybody that's entered this competition, by the way, I know there's going to be some disappointment out there, but there will be other competitions. I love trying to give back to you in the community. Particularly, I'm going to try and make the next competition, Larry, more specific to people that will benefit from cooking.
Someone just commented. They asked if you will be announcing the winner on one of your videos, one of your recorded videos.
I am going to actually record the raffle on a different camera, Larry.
Okay.
But I'm going to announce it today on this show. But I'm going to do a smaller video and upload that as a separate, just so that they don't have to, if they don't want to, they don't have to watch the whole live show. But yes.
Okay.
If you're interested, now wouldn't it be wonderful if the person that won the KitchenAid was actually watching the show today? That would be fantastic.
That would be great.
But there's a lot of people, and from all around the world. I can't believe some people have commented they come from all. So the time differences are probably tricky. A lot of the European viewers might find it hard to be up at this time, and parts of India as well, I think.
Actually, we have somebody from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, I've got a lot of people from the Middle East that comment, and I'm not sure what time it is in Saudi Arabia, in the Middle East. Maybe
it's about maybe 2:30 a.m.
Okay. Alhanoff Mohammed 22, 226, he's just put up the comment there. Now I know he's in the Middle East. I can't remember exactly which country. You did say to me at one time in one of your comments, I do remember. A little bit extra in this one, I think. A little bit extra in that one. We're doing beautifully here. Nate's doing a fantastic job. Oh.
A little bit much?
A little bit much there. I obviously complimented him too early. Went to his head. Use your fingers, all right? Use your fingers. Ease it in there.
Yeah.
Then we
That looks so good. I am hungry.
Oh, this I can eat just like that, Larry. There's whole figs, soft figs in there, and there's tart cherries.
How's that?
That looks beautiful, mate. The usual mixed peel. What we need to do now is just cut some little stars out of this beautifully rolled pastry, and we're just going to pop them on top. Just push them down gently. So we're not making. One of my subscribers sent me a wonderful picture. Now, pardon me for not remembering if it was Linda. I can't remember who it was, of the mince pie she made with my recipe, and she used these little star tops on, and I thought it was so pretty. I would use it today. So thank you very much, and I'm really silly for not remembering who sent me that picture. But I will rectify that and make a comment later on the website.
If she's watching, I'm sure she'll remind you.
She might, but at the moment my comments thing is like huge.
Yeah.
Hello from Brazil. That's Angina Blessed. Welcome to the show. I get a lot of people from Brazil and Mexico, and that is fantastic. Larry,
that's great.
I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about what you're up to next year. Have you got some big plans?
Yeah, I got a couple of plans. Yeah, I'll probably be doing a series of HOAs on Google Plus, and folks can watch it on my channel, Triniman50. Or look for Larry for Triniman50.
Triniman50. Now,
yeah.
To be honest,
or Larry Fournillier.
You put in Larry Fournillier into Google, it will come up #1 anyway. And if you're not sure the spelling, it's very easy to find. But I'm going to put a link on my steveskitchen.com, and I will put a link below this video when it goes up. So anyone wants to get across and watch some of Larry's live food shows that he does. I'm hoping Larry and I will do something next year, a bit of fun.
Yeah, definitely. We have to do something, Steve.
Yeah, it'd be good.
We have to do something.
And I'm hoping to do a bit of travelling next year as well, Larry. So if I can meet you up one place somewhere in the world, I would love to.
Yeah, we could do something live together. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be fantastic. Maybe some barbecuing on the beach somewhere.
Yeah.
I would love to come to Trinidad and Tobago. That would be fantastic. And I know my wife's nodding like this. You know, she.
Let me know. Just let me know.
We do it in a flinch. How are we doing there? Doing good. We're just one short. Then these are going to go in the oven. As I say, 20 minutes. We're going to cook these off. Just do a couple of quick ones, Nathan. We'll put them in the oven. That'll be fine, mate. So let's have a look at Merry Christmas from Food Love Bites. Thank you very much. From Maryland in the
I
US.
used to live in Maryland.
Did you?
Yeah, I lived in Baltimore for like 28 years.
Oh, fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
Love Bites, she might, she's in the foodie sort of industry. She'll have to hop across and say hello. We are finished over here. We've got a beautiful
that looks
tray
great.
of mince pies made by complete amateur cooks. Is that fair to say? Is that fair to say? Yeah. Now, ordinarily, I would put a little bit of an egg wash over the top.
Can you hear me?
James, you're getting stacked with the two of you.
Yeah, let me turn down the volume on the other one.
And you may have to.
Okay, so you can hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Is there an echo? No, it's all right. It's all good. I'm going to pop these in the oven, and we're going to cook them for 20 minutes. I would usually put a little egg wash on top of these, but I'm not that well prepared today. When they come out, we'll sprinkle a little caster sugar. I think they call it superfine sugar in the USA. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of that over and let it melt with the heat of the pies. Let's pop these in the oven. And then we're going to have a beautiful smell of mince pies cooking. Now, this, I was saying to Larry before, this is my Christmas ham. And I've just taken a regular cured ham and I've covered it. Larry was saying he likes the sort of cumin seeds. My rubber's actually got cumin and coriander, all those sort of flavors. Larry, I've got a little bit of cumin pepper, cayenne pepper. So it's got a little bit of heat. I've taken the ham and just pricked it with some little cloves and roasted that for an hour or so until it's become beautiful and tender. And this ham here, which I'm going to cut the wrong way round, is the shoulder cut, Larry. Now shoulder has got more of a fat grain running through it, so it's a much more beautiful flavor, I think.
Yeah.
Than using. Yeah, it's got that. It's got that. Yeah. I think we call it in the UK. I think they call it a picnic ham.
Yeah, that's exactly what the type of ham we use down here, picnic.
Of course, James can speak now, can't you, James?
Yes.
James, do you do a ham for Christmas?
Sometimes we do. Most of the time we change things up, and sometimes we'll do lasagna. Sometimes we'll do whatever. But sometimes, yes, ham.
So James is having a family Christmas this year with his parents, which will be heaps of fun. James, have you got anything coming up on the channel? Can you tell people what you're up to next year?
Pretty much still gonna upload videos every Sunday, and that's pretty much what I do. And by the way, I'm from Maryland too, so all those people who said hello, Maryland, I'm right outside of Baltimore. So definitely hello to all those people and Merry Christmas. And just pretty much every Sunday I'm gonna upload videos, the same as I've done for the past year or so. Keep uploading food videos.
Got a fantastic channel, James. You know, he's very creative, fun with foods, and he does have fun with foods. He plays and makes things all sort of creative and colourful, which is something I particularly love. So again, I'll put James's channel link down below so people can find it. And,
I have to follow James.
Yes, I'll follow you as well.
I gotta follow James.
James is James. Evolved a little bit because his original channel was to do with travel and things, wasn't it, James?
Yes, I, you know, because I still love traveling, but I found out I don't travel as much as I eat. So, so I figured I will, you know, evolve into the fun with foods thing because, you know, I can make new videos every week. Where travel, I'd have to wait until I travel, and I may only travel a few times a year. And
that's a dilemma, isn't it? If you make a channel to do with something and then suddenly realize you're doing something else more often.
Yes.
James's loss is our gain because it means that we get to see more cooking videos, and maybe one day James will do a bit of traveling videoing and we'll meet up and do something fun as well. Certainly we'd love to get across to the US and do a bit. Is there something about Maryland? A lot of my viewers from Maryland seem to be in food, so I don't know if it's really big for food.
Yeah, it's it's a pretty big area because I kind of live between Baltimore and Washington D.C. So you kind of have that big city from Baltimore, big city from Washington D.C. And you got that transient area where a lot of people are from all over the world, and they come and they live here because you have the jobs, you have the government, you have a lot of stuff happening, and a lot of military bases. So you have people from all over the world, and they come here, and sometimes they're only here for a short period of time, and then they move on.
So they bring in their food cultures and interests.
Yes.
Around. Yeah. I've just noticed. Do any of the boys get these other boys to come in? Christian and Brad just come through, and anyone that hasn't seen my complete, Ashley, come through as well. The complete ensemble that we have here today. Now, if you're watching this live, you may have just seen. Do you want some ham, boys? Just help yourself, and help yourself to a mince pie. I'm going to give the lads one of my mince pies that I made earlier on, and just get a little verdict from them to see. Oh, they eat ham now. Because those mince pies will be out in 20 minutes. We may see them, but I'm going to do the one as well. So, go on, just take one if you want. Now I'm going to have one as well. Anyone out there want the last three?
Making me hungry. Making me hungry. Let me get one. Let me try to get one.
I wish I could share them. Anyway, so these should be sweet and crumbly. That's a no-no. I should not be. Larry, talk. James, say something.
So fill in, right?
You have my mouth watering here, Stephen. I can't speak. I can't form my words.
I get told off
Salivating.
I get told off for tasting things in the live shows because, of course, then normally I haven't got people in with me. It's fantastic today to have you in the show. It allows me a little bit of breathing.
I'm having a ball. I'm having a ball.
So, shall we do the raffle?
Yeah.
Sure.
Somebody, hey,
Go for it.
Security line away. Nobody's tampered. Nobody is tampered. Everyone's going to just have to trust me on this one. There are nearly 500 names. I put a little video up yesterday. I sat last night, the night before Christmas Eve, snipping up these names, and I thought I'll put a little video up showing you what I'm doing. And I'm just stoked. I mean, I expected to see maybe 30 or 40 entrants, but there is a lot more people in here. So, and I'm so sorry that only one of you, but it's a great gift. We may have to work out the logistics. Some of the people are living in all sorts of strange places around the world, so bear with me. Once we do this draw, I will contact you and we'll talk about the logistics of getting you the mixer. You may have to help me a little. Let's get the whisk out. Now I'm going to get my son over that doesn't want to be on camera. Come on, Oliver. Come on, buddy. Give him a Christmas hat. This is my oldest boy, Oliver. Here he is. Oliver,
There he is.
get your hand in there. Give a good shake up. Take one of them out. And just one. Now, give it to me. I've got it here. This person, whoever you are, is going to be winning a wonderful Christmas gift. It is a Kitchenaid Mixer or similar, depending if you live in Kurdistan or somewhere, whatever I can get for you of the equivalent. So, are you all ready for it? Shall I answer some questions? I shouldn't have put my hands behind my back. I'm going to get in all sorts of trouble. Oh, so you can see. Can you see? Anybody can't see that? Hey,
It's not
Smith.
clear.
H. Smith.
H. Smith.
H. Smith. Congratulations. Should get a popper. Congratulations, you've won a KitchenAid mixer for Christmas. I apologise to everybody that didn't, but stay tuned to the channel. There are more things to win, and we'll probably do another KitchenAid at some point during the year as well. Thank you very much. I know a lot of people are going to scoot off now. Larry, we're going to get another few minutes. James, maybe another few minutes. Is there anything you can add?
Well, congratulations to the winner. That's great.
Yeah.
They won a KitchenAid mixer. They're wonderful. I have one in the background. I don't even know if you can see it, but yeah, I love it. It's great, and you'll love it too if you haven't had one before. I use it all the time.
Yeah, I saw yours on the side in the background there. Can you just click on James's picture so he comes up big onto the screen? James, there you are.
Yep.
There's your mixer. There's his mixer on the side.
Right on the side.
And bring back up. I don't want to embarrass him. H. Smith. Is H. Smith there? Is H. Smith watching? If they are, comment. Just have a quick roll down and see. Thank you for everybody who's congratulating H. Smith. You're real good sports. Actually, all the people that subscribe to Steve's Kitchen, they're just a wonderful bunch of people. And we'll do some other smaller giveaways and have some fun during the year. And like I say, I appreciate all the involvement that everybody has given to the show over this year. We've gone up 50,000 subscribers in basically a year, so it's
That's awesome.
brilliant.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm really pleased. We're just having a scroll down the comments to see if we can see if H. Smith is in the comments there, because we could always invite them into the show. H. Smith, are you in the house? Is it Henry, Heather?
Little fanfare.
Michelle, come around. Oh, you go through the list. Larry, can you see the comments?
I'm seeing the comments on Google Plus on the event page. Food Love Bite says congrats to H. Smith. Student Meat says congrats to H. Smith. Everybody's congratulating H. Smith.
It's really
But
beautiful.
I'm not seeing H. Smith on here.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been wonderful having the two of you in. I know that there were one or two others that might have come in today, and sometimes I get that message just afterwards, Larry, saying, "Oh, I thought it was X o'clock," but that's okay. I want to, in spirit, I know you were here on the show. I'm so glad we got James's sound working.
Finally.
Now, I'm not going to. I want to thank these boys for coming along. Let's give a. Can you do that lovely sound for the boys that did the cooking, Larry? And my tumblers and my wife. My wife Michelle.
And this one is to James. This one is to James H. Smith. Sorry.
Yes. And my daughter was going to pop in as well, but she's not been able to make it today. But love to her, love to all my family, love to everybody that watches the show regularly. It is.
That's it.
Behave, Larry. Stop that. Behave.
Sorry.
You are not going to start putting silly hats on and things, are you?
You want me to?
Yeah, you can if you want. So, got my Christmas hat on, tuck the old ears in. Thank you. Shall we wrap up now, do you think, Larry? Or do I want to get the...
It's your show, buddy.
It's my show, I'll make the decision. Thank you, James, for coming in.
Thank you.
and it's been great having you on here, mate. And if you want to stay behind in the green room afterwards, I'd be happy to chat with you. Larry, you've been a wonderful sport coming at such short notice, and it's, I mean, I absolutely, hats off to you, my friend. It's
my pleasure. I had a ball.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. I'm going to go through the comments, everybody. I know there are lots and lots of comments. Wonderful congratulations coming through, which is really sporting. I will go through, as I always do, and answer every single one of the comments. So be good. Have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you again. 58,000, I think we've gone over as of today. And we'll just keep producing the show as we have. Love to all of you. Merry Christmas. Be good, and I'll see you in the new year.